right, welcome back. Welcome to another class, to class number 192. 4 classes left. We have only 4 classes left, less than 1 week. Yes, before you can blink an eye, we have finished this program. So, I'm going to start becoming a bit more philosophical. And you need to become more philosophical too, and to think, to ponder, yes, to reflect, to meditate on your attitude towards the English language. Because now, if you want to really improve your English, it's a question of your attitude. I can help you. The other teachers can help you. But we can only help you in the measure that you help yourself. We can give you 10%. The other 90% is your problem. It requires your intervention, direct intervention, in your own learning. And you can do it. You're perfectly capable of doing it. Okay, class 192. Let's begin with a short review of class 191. Camera 1, please. Okay. There may be a storm. There may be a storm in Wyoming now. I don't really know. Wyoming is 8 hours away, 8 time zones away. And right now, as I'm talking to you, I have no idea if there's an important storm in Wyoming or not. There may be a storm, but I don't know. There may be a storm, but I don't know. And yesterday there may have been a storm too, but I really don't know. There may be a storm right now, and there may have been a storm yesterday. Puede que haya una tormenta ahora mismo y puede que haya habido ayer también una tormenta, quién sabe, in Wyoming. All right. There may be a storm now, and there may have been a storm yesterday. But I do know that there definitely wasn't a storm in the Sahara Desert yesterday. There definitely wasn't. Now, there may be a problem in the studio next door. Yeah, you see there are several studios here. I'm in one studio, and there's a big studio there, and there's a big studio over there. Me, I'm in a small studio. This is the studio for the less important television shows. But there may be a problem over there in that studio right now. And there may have been a problem there yesterday. I really don't know, because I don't pay attention to other people's problems unless their problems affect me. I'm really not interested in other people, their private lives or their problems. I'm not interested in other people in the measure that affects me. Then yes, okay. So there may be a problem now next door, and there may have been a problem over there yesterday. There may be a problem now. There may be, puede que haya. There may be a problem now, and there may have been a problem yesterday. I don't really know. But I do know that there definitely isn't a problem in this studio today, and there definitely wasn't a problem in this studio yesterday, because I was here. And there wasn't. There definitely wasn't. Sin duda alguna, no había aquí. Eso sí. Definitely, there wasn't. Now, what may have happened next door yesterday or what may be happening now is none of my business. So there may be all kinds of problems next door right now. And yesterday there may have been all kinds of problems. But I don't know. Nor is it any of my business. In fact, it's none of my business. All right? So let's just concentrate on English and not worry about other people's problems, okay? It's a waste of time, pointless to worry about other people's problems. Now, you know, there may be a solution to the problem, the Israeli-Palestinian question. The Israeli-Palestinian question, there may be a solution, or there may not. I don't really know. I don't really know. But there definitely isn't a solution to the problem between Mark Antony and Octavian, because both of them are dead. All right? There definitely isn't a solution. There may have been a possible solution between them. If you remember, After the assassination of Julius Caesar in the Roman Senate in 44 BC, 44 BC, there was struggle for power between two groups of senators. One group of senators was led by Brutus and Cassius, and the other group of senators was led by Octavian, who later became Caesar Augusta, Caesar Augustus, by Octavian and Mark Antony, not the singer, no, Marco Antonio, Mark Antony. And the senatorial group, led by Octavian and Mark Antony, defeated and killed both Cassius and Brutus, although I think Brutus committed suicide. He wasn't killed by the soldiers of the other side. And then, of course, as always happens, then between Mark Antony and Octavian there were problems. They divided up the Roman Empire, and they divided it up into two sections. Mark Antony took the Eastern Empire and Octavian the Western Empire, and Mark Antony set up his headquarters quite often in Alexandria with Cleopatra. And there were problems, and finally Mark Antony and Octavian had a confrontation, and they had a battle, the Battle of Actium on the sea that Mark Antony lost, and then finally Octavian's armies marched through North Africa to Alexandria to defeat Mark Antony's forces. Now, there may have been a way to salvage this situation. Aquí digo salvar una situación, no digo save, digo salvaje, escrito salvaje, con G al final, no J. To salvage. There may have been a possibility, but it wasn't taken advantage of. So there, in the end, there definitely wasn't a solution. But there could have been one. There may have been a solution, but it wasn't taken by either party. And finally, Cleopatra committed suicide. And Mark Antony committed suicide as well. Mark Antony committed suicide with a sword, and Cleopatra with serpents, with snakes, yes. And Octavian became the ruler of the entire Roman Empire and established himself in 28 BC as the first Roman emperor. And thus began the famous Pax Romana, Pax Romana. Okay, it's an interesting story. Roman history is very interesting and very illuminating for human nature. I recommend you study it. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello and welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0, the most complete English course on the planet. Y hay que decirlo así, si no, no vale. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you're here. We're in the final stretch. Estamos en la recta final. That's right. There aren't many classes left. So the idea is to keep reviewing the past classes. No se acaba el curso cuando se acaba el curso. If you really make the most of it, then what you're going to do is you're going to continue practicing. You're going to keep working on your English and reviewing it. Because remember, I hate to rhyme on purpose and use cliches, but if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Así de sencillo es. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. All right? So make yourself a promise, not me. Promise yourself that you're going to study every day and keep up this progress that you've made, because it's up to you. Es decisión tuya. That's right. Bueno, acabo con mi sermón. I'm not going to give any sermons. That's Richard Vaughan's job. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my student. He's done a wonderful job. I'm very proud of him, and he's been showing off, which is okay in English, as I said. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Juan. Hello, Juan. How are you?
Can't complain. How are you?
Can't complain. Gotta do it. Can't complain. Not bad. Not bad. Well, we're in the final stretch, la recta final. The final stretch, we say. Okay, tramo is like stretch. El último tramo. La recta final, as you say. All right, well, we're going to look a little bit at this puede que haya habido. How would we say this in English?
There could have been.
There may have been.
There may have been.
Okay. There may have been. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to tell me there may have been one, but I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure there wasn't a tornado in Kansas yesterday?
There may have been one, but I'm not sure.
But I'm not sure. Puede que haya habido, pero no estoy seguro. There may have been one, but I'm not sure. Okay. Was there an election in Egypt last week?
There may have been one, but I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Was there a basketball game in Korea yesterday?
There may have been one, but I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure. There may have been several. Right? There may have been several basketball games, but we're not sure. We don't know. Okay. I have a question. Were there a lot of people watching this program last week?
There may have been many, but I don't know exactly how many.
Yes, there were definitely a lot of people watching. I know it. And tenemos las cifras. I have the figures. There may have been. Y tú, como estos van juntos, there may have been. El have es como of. There may have been.
There may have been.
¿Ves? Entonces, no es there may have been, pero si lo dices rápido, there may have been. There may have been, but I'm not sure. Okay? How do you say seguro que no había? So if I say, was there a tornado in Madrid last week?
No, I'm sure there wasn't.
Or there definitely wasn't. Okay. Sin duda, sin lugar de duda. There definitely wasn't a tornado in Madrid last week.
There definitely wasn't a tornado in Madrid last week.
Right. Was there an ice hockey game in Madrid last week?
There wasn't definitely a hockey game.
There definitely wasn't.
There definitely wasn't a hockey game in Madrid last week.
There definitely wasn't a hockey game in Madrid last week. Good. So there may have been, or there definitely wasn't. Pues vamos a mirarlos en presente ahora. Okay? Is there a mouse over there?
There's probably a mouse over there.
There may be.
There may be.
Entonces, el pasado, there may have been a mouse there yesterday, un ratón. But today, there may be one. I can't make it out. Right? No, I can't make it out. There may be a mouse over there in that corner, but there are a lot of cables and wires, so I don't know. There may be. Okay? And then the other ones, and el otro era, there definitely wasn't, pues, there definitely isn't. Es el presente. Entonces, el presente más fácil. There may be, quizás hay, right? Puede que haya. There may be, okay? Let's see. Will there be a football match next weekend?
There may be a football match next weekend, yes.
Yeah, there may be several football matches. Is there a pool in this studio?
There's definitely...
There definitely isn't.
There definitely isn't a pool in this studio.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure.
There's a pool of sweat accumulating below me over here. Okay, no, there definitely isn't a pool in here. Okay, is there a car over there?
There's definitely not a car over there.
There definitely isn't.
There definitely isn't a car over there.
There definitely isn't a car over there. That's right. Okay, let's see. Is there a lot of money in my bank account? No sabe. Puede que haya.
There may be a lot of money in your bank account. You know, you're a TV star.
No comment. No comment. There may be a lot of money in my bank account. Pero yo te puedo decir that there definitely isn't. No, es broma. There may be money in my account if it's not the end of the month. That's the trick. All right, well, keep practicing, and you may be one of the best students. We'll see you next time. Ciao.
Okay, let's look just for a few minutes at the passive voice. Very easy, the passive voice. Let's go to camera number 1, please. Okay. The passive voice and the active voice. Usually, the active voice is recommendable. Acabo de usar el verbo pasiva. Usually, the active voice is recommendable. Although, in the English-speaking world, we are a bit more assertive in our speech than in the Latin world, so we use the active voice more often. Instead of saying usually, the active voice is recommendable, we say, usually we recommend, or people recommend, the active voice. We're using the active voice because it's more active. The passive voice is more passive. And it's preferable, in many cases, to be a bit more assertive, a bit more, not aggressive, but at least more active and proactive than to be reactive and passive, okay? But there are times when the passive voice is better. For example, if a child is visiting the zoo, el zoológico, el zoo, if a child is visiting the zoo and falls into the alligator pit and is eaten by an alligator, I'm using the passive voice. Is eaten by an alligator. Then somebody has to give the bad news to the parents. Imagine that you are chosen to call the parents and to give them the bad news that during the excursion of the school class, their child fell into the alligator pit or the crocodile pit, cocodrilo, and was eaten by a crocodile. Voz pasiva otra vez. Es que es una escena tan dantesca que usó la voz pasiva para suavizarla. Yeah, was eaten by a crocodile. And so it's your job. You're the person responsible for calling the parents to communicate the tragic news. And you have to call. Now, would you use the passive voice in this particular case, or would you use the active voice? Let's look at the two cases. If you call and say, hello, Mrs. Evans? Mrs. Evans, are you the mother of John, little John Evans? Yes? Okay, Mrs. Evans, I'm sorry to tell you, to give you this news, but a crocodile ate your child in the zoo. That would be very hard using the active voice. A crocodile ate your child. I'm sorry to tell you. That would be very hard. So probably in this case, we would use the passive voice, and it's recommendable, otra vez voz pasiva, es recomendable, it's recommendable to use the passive voice. And you say, Mrs. Evans, the son of little Johnny Evans? Well, Mrs. Evans, I'm very sorry to tell you, but your child was eaten by a crocodile at the zoo. That's very strong too. Which one would you use? Would you use the passive voice, or would you use the active voice? Probably people in these cases use the passive voice because it's softer, more passive than the active voice, which is harder, more direct, more assertive, more active. Okay. There are some other cases in which the passive voice is definitely significa sin lugar a dudas, is definitely not recommendable. Otra passive voice is definitely not recommendable, especially in certain types of narratives in which you need high impact. Imagine you're in a meeting with important meeting, the board meeting, the Consejo de Administración, the most important people in a big company, and suddenly the door opens and a lion enters the room. Okay. Now, if you are writing about this strange, surprising, unexpected event, probably you wouldn't use the passive voice. You wouldn't say, for example, and at a certain moment, the meeting was interrupted by the presence of a lion. That would not be very strong. The meeting was interrupted by the presence of a lion. Doesn't shock anybody. It's very passive. But if you say suddenly a lion burst into the room, then of course we use the active voice. The passive voice, the active voice, and it's interesting, when you write in Word, the Microsoft application Word, often it has a grammar check in English. And the grammar check often underlines in blue or green certain lines you put in the passive voice, and almost always recommends the active voice. It's funny, curioso, it's funny that Microsoft's grammar check program perpetually recommends the active voice. The passive voice is better in a lot of cases. For example, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Perfect sentence. But the accentuation here is on Christopher Columbus. And really the most important fact was the discovery of America. So in this case, we usually use the passive voice. America was discovered by Christopher Columbus. Yeah. And we use the passive voice when the agent isn't important. Me han mandado aquí. Me han mandado esta ventanilla. I was sent to this window. We use el otro funcionario me mandó esta ventanilla diciendo que es usted. Okay, this happens in the public sector. You go to a ministry or you go to a bureau and you go to a window and say, no, es aquí. That's not here. You need to go to window number 33. And you go to window number 3 says, here, I was told to come to this window. Which means somebody, a colleague of yours, told me. It's active voice. En la voz activa requiere un agente que active todo. La voz pasiva no. Yeah. Yo fui dicho, decimos en inglés, se me dijo que viniera a esta ventanilla. I was told to come to this window. And the person says, well, you were told wrong. You need to go back to that window. And you go back and says, well, I was told that it's this window and not that one. No. And then you have a fight between people in the ministry. All right. The passive voice, but I don't have time to continue. I have to say goodbye, but I'll be back. Okay, the passive voice, a very easy exercise is just to use the verb to do. Está siendo hecho. It's being done. Se está haciendo, vamos. It's being done. Se hace a diario, cada día. It's done. O sea, literalmente es hecho. En español tenéis dos formas. Se ha hecho o ha sido hecho. O sea, una forma rara que se ha hecho, pero es más corriente. Se hace todos los días. It's done every day. Se hizo ayer. It was done yesterday. Se ha hecho últimamente. It has been done lately. Ya se había hecho cuando llegué. It had already been done when I got here. All right? Se haría si no estuviera. It would be done if I weren't here. Se hará. It will be done. Se va a hacer. It's going to be done. Siempre el verbo to be. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello there, it's part 2 of class 192 and it's time to review la voz pasiva, the passive voice. And with me today is Marina. How are you today, Marina?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm very well, thank you, Marina. Very well. Now today we're going to look at the passive voice. How do we construct the passive voice in English?
Well, we basically use the verb to be.
Yes.
And the past participle of the main verb.
Very good, excellent. So for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some sentences that are in voz activa and I want you to put them in voz pasiva, yeah? For example, someone is showing her how to drive, as active, will be, she is being shown. She is being shown how to drive. She is being shown how to drive. Yeah, is that clear?
Yes.
So repeat, first of all, she is being shown how to drive.
She's being shown how to drive.
Very good, en casa. She is being continuo, being, gerundio, she's being shown how to drive. Repeat. Very good, there's 2 syllables, being. She is being shown how to drive. Okay, the next one. They will ask us several questions. They will ask us several questions. Active. Now put it into the passive, please. Okay. A little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. Can you do that for us? They will ask us several questions in passive.
Will be asked several questions.
Good. We'll be asked several questions. Repeat.
Will be asked several questions.
Good. We'll, como rueda. We'll be asked several questions. One more time.
Will be asked several questions.
Very good. And the pronunciation there of asked was very good, yeah? We'll be asked several questions. We'll be asked several questions. Como escupir un poquito. Good. Okay, the next one. They will tell us to keep quiet. They'll tell us to keep quiet. Now, to keep quiet is callarse, yeah? So, a ver. Very good. Okay, so they will tell us to keep quiet. In passive would be?
Will be told will be told to be quiet.
Good, or keep quiet. We'll be told to keep quiet. Repeat.
Will be told to be quiet or to keep quiet.
What's the difference between to be quiet and to keep quiet? To keep quiet is estate, no sé, quieto y
Callado.
Callado, exactamente. Muy bien. So yes, we'll be told to keep quiet or be told to be quiet, either. Okay, they told us to write a review. They told us to write a review. A ver? Very good. They told us to write a review, Marina.
We've been told to write a review.
They told us to write a review. Fíjate in you know, the verb. Exactly.
All right. We have been told to write a review.
Now, what you're doing is you're putting it into the present perfect. We have been told. All I want is they told us.
Told us. Okay, just simpler.
So, yes,
simpler
simple.
than that.
Present simple.
Right. We've been told.
No.
No. We are told.
No.
Okay.
Pasado simple.
We were told.
Yes.
Okay. All the variety.
Yeah. So again?
We were told to write a review.
Good. We were told to write a review. We were told to write a review. Another one. They asked us to leave the building. They asked us to leave the building. Again, past simple, yeah? A ver? Very good. Okay, so they asked us to leave the building.
We were asked to leave the building.
We were asked to leave the building. Perfect. Repeat.
We were asked to leave the building.
Good. We were asked to leave the building. We were asked to leave the building. Okay. The mouse ate the cheese. The mouse ate the cheese. A ver, impasivo. Very good. The mouse ate the cheese.
The cheese was eaten by the mouse.
Very good. Repeat.
The cheese was eaten by the mouse.
Good. The cheese was eaten by the mouse. Más rápido.
The cheese was eaten by the mouse.
Wow, perfecto. The cheese was eaten by the mouse. The cheese was eaten by the mouse. Repeat. Wow, muy rápido también. Another one. The dog ate the cat. No, the cat ate the mouse, first of all. I skipped one there. The cat ate the mouse. A ver. Very good. Okay, the cat ate the mouse.
The mouse was eaten by the cat.
The mouse was eaten by the cat. Repeat.
The mouse was eaten by the cat.
Good. The mouse was eaten by the cat. The mouse was eaten by the cat. And now, the dog ate the cat. Very good. The dog ate the cat.
The cat was eaten by the dog.
The cat was eaten by the dog. Repeat.
The cat was eaten by the dog.
The cat was eaten by the dog. Okay. The donkey would have eaten the dog if it hadn't been tied up. Okay. The donkey would have eaten the dog if it hadn't been tied up. A ver. Okay. Vamos a ver.
Right.
The donkey would have eaten the dog if it hadn't been tied up.
The dog would have been eaten by the donkey if he hadn't been
If it
hadn't been tied up.
One again.
The dog would have been eaten by the donkey if it hadn't been tied up.
Okay, good. The dog would have been eaten by the donkey if it hadn't been tied up. The dog would have been eaten by the donkey if it hadn't been tied up. Very, very good. Okay, let's do another one. Someone is telling them to get their act together. Now, to get their act together means, do you have any idea?
To pull
Put
yourself together
to
as
get
well.
your act together is, in Spanish, how do you translate that? I have one here, but I'm not sure. Espabilarse?
Espabilarse.
Espabilarse, yeah?
Yes.
To get your act together. So, someone is telling them to get their act together in casa. Very good. Someone is telling them to get their act together. How do you say that in voz pasiva?
They have. Can you repeat the sentence,
Someone
please?
is telling them. Someone is telling them to get their act together.
They have been.
No, someone is telling them. Present continuous.
They
Yes.
are being told.
Yes. En
to-
este momento, yeah.
And they are being told to get their act together.
Okay, one more time.
They are
They're being told.
They are being told to get them to get the act together.
Their act together. They're being
Okay.
told to get their act together. One more time.
They're being told to get their act together.
Very good, Marina. In casa, they're being told to get their act together. Repeat. Very good. Okay, let's do another one. Someone has told him to speak to the press, la prensa. Someone has told him to speak to the press. Someone has told him to speak to the press.
He's been told to speak to the press.
Very good. He's been told to speak to the press. He's been told to speak to the press. Okay. They won't tell us the truth, Marina. They won't tell us the truth.
We won't be told the truth.
We won't be told the truth. We won't be told the truth. Repeat. Very good. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, people at home, and bye-bye.
Okay. I'm going to say things, and you agree with me. Let me give you some examples, but on camera number 1, please. Okay. I like Spain. You're going to agree? Say, so do I. Okay. I don't like liver. Hígado. Ooh, neither do I. I live and work in Spain. So do I. I don't live and work in Sweden. Yo tampoco. Neither do I. Neither do I. I'm a human being. And you? So am I. I'm not from the planet Mars. And you? Neither am I. I'm sitting and paying attention to you. Well, so am I. All right? I'm not holding a pistol. And you? Neither am I. All right? Neither or neither. Muchos británicos dicen neither. Okay? Está bien. Los dos valen. Me, I say neither. Y también en todos estos casos puedes decir me too. Me too es universal y me neither o me neither es universal. Pero es más de niños, pero los adultos lo usamos también. ¿Eh? I like potatoes. Yeah? Me too. Me too. Yeah. I didn't go to Antarctica yesterday. Me neither. Okay? Se usa muchísimo así. Y nos facilita la vida porque es universal. Me too, me neither, para todos los tiempos. Porque si dices so or neither do I, you must remember every auxiliary verb. But it's very common, especially for your ear, you need to remember this. I didn't kill a man yesterday, and you? Neither did I. I have never killed a man, and you? Neither have I. I would like to be a multimillionaire, and you? So would I. I would love to win the Christmas lottery, and you? So would I. I wouldn't like to spend time in prison, and you? Neither would I. I can't fly like Peter Pan, and you? Neither can I. Neither más aparte afirmativo. Neither can I. Right? I can walk like a normal human being, and you? Well, so can I. I can drive a car, and you? So can I. I can't repair an engine, and you? Neither can I. I have to work to make a living. And you? So do I. I have a car. And you? So do I. I don't have 10 million euros. And you? Neither do I. I don't have 2 wives. And you? Neither do I. I'm starting to get tired of English. And you? So am I. So am I. Fijaos cómo cierro el ojo con M. So am I. Hola Maya, ¿qué tal? So am I. So am I. So am I. So am I. All right. There isn't a volcano in Segovia. And in Cuellar? There isn't a volcano in Cuellar either. Neither is there in Cuellar. All right? And my country is important. And so is mine. My country has a lot of people. My country, the United States. And yours? Well, so does mine. My country has never declared war on Mongolia, and neither has mine. My country always tries to be a good citizen in the world. Well, so does mine. My country didn't enter. My country didn't get involved in the Crimean War. La Guerra de Crimea. Yeah, the Crimean War. Well, neither did mine. My country didn't get involved in the 30 Years' War. Well, neither did mine. My country exports wine. So does mine. Yeah. My sister is a human being. Well, so is mine. All right. The president of my country lives in a nice house. So does mine. All right. I like potatoes. So do I. I've never spoken to Maria about her health. Well, neither have I. I've never pulled on Superman's cape. Neither have I. I've never gotten into a fight with Captain Hook. Neither have I. I've read a lot of books in my life. Well, so have I. Yeah, I enjoy watching good movies. Well, so do I. I don't smoke. Neither do I. I don't drink in excess. Neither do I. I've never made love to a Chinese woman, but neither have I. I've never seen a cobra in the country in Spain. Neither have I. All right. I would like to live a long and healthy life. So would I. I wouldn't like to have continuous health problems. Neither would I. I'll come here tomorrow. And you? So will I. I'll be here tomorrow. And you? So will I. I won't miss this class tomorrow. Neither will I. I won't try. I won't try to take you. I won't try to influence Maria to do bad things. Neither will I. All right? Neither will I. And I won't live 200 years. Neither will I. All right? Neither will I. Definitely. All right? I'm not from another planet. Neither am I. I'm not a member of a secret sect. Neither am I. I'm a good person. So am I. I try to do my best. So do I. I need love and affection. So do I. Well, we have a lot in common. Yes, we do. Isn't that interesting? Yes, it is. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Hello there, and it's good to see you again. Thank you very much for joining us. And we have some vocabulary today, some interesting vocabulary. Okay, so I hope you have your vocabulary book with you. And Anna, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
How's it going today?
It's going good.
Okay.
It's going well.
Are you feeling well?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you ready to practice some vocabulary?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, word number 1. Okay. Upside down. Upside down.
Al revés.
Okay. So, upside down. Okay. And in English?
Upside down.
Upside down. The second one, well liked. Well liked.
Well liked. Apreciado.
Okay, por todos, in general, a well liked person. And in English,
Well liked.
well liked. You can link the two together. Well liked, well liked, well liked. The third one, unlike. Unlike.
Oof.
You can say
Forgot.
a diferencia de.
A diferencia de.
Okay, and in English,
Unlike.
unlike. Unlike. Like unlike anything you've ever seen. Number 4, walking stick.
Bastón.
And in English,
Walking stick.
okay, and of course here it's walking, not walking, walking stick. The last one, well planned, well planned.
Bien planificado.
Okay, and in English,
Well planned.
very good, very good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, we're going to practice with so do I, neither do I. So do they, neither do they, and so on. I love dogs with all my heart.
So do I.
Very good. Okay, so I love dogs with all my heart. So do I. I can't play the violin.
Neither do I.
Okay, I can't play the violin.
Neither can I.
Neither can I. If I say I don't play the violin,
Neither do I.
neither do I. Okay? I don't drink much tea.
Neither do I.
Okay? I drink a lot of coffee.
So do I.
Very good. I love going home for Christmas.
So do I.
Very good. I worship chocolate.
So do I.
So do I. Okay? I enjoy my job.
So do I.
Very good. I don't enjoy listening to people who complain all the time.
Neither do I.
Okay, I think most people are like this, no? I don't enjoy listening to people who complain all the time. Neither do I. I like writing with a fountain pen. What's a fountain pen?
Fountain pen? I don't
I
know.
think una pluma.
Okay.
Okay, so I like writing with a fountain pen. A fountain pen.
So do I.
So do I? Okay. I'd love to visit New Zealand.
So would I.
Okay. I'd love to visit India.
So would I.
Okay. I wouldn't like to visit the North Pole.
I would.
You would. Okay. So you would. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
good. I like the way children see the world.
So do I.
Okay. I love cold, sunny winter mornings in Madrid.
So do I.
Okay. I don't like sweet wine.
Neither do I.
Okay. I really like Spanish wine.
So do I.
Okay. I don't like Irish wine because we don't have any.
Okay. Neither do I.
Okay. I can't play the piano.
Neither can I.
Okay. I'd like to play the piano.
So would I.
Okay. I'd like to write a book.
So would I.
Okay. My best friend really likes beer. My best friend really likes beer.
So does mine.
Very good. So, for example, I like beer. So do I. She likes beer. So does she. My best friend likes beer. So does mine, in this case. So does mine. Okay? I like to go out with my friends after work on Fridays.
You'd like.
No, I like in general.
Okay. So do I.
Okay? I would like to go out with my friends this Friday after work.
So would I.
Very good. Okay? I've never been to the North Pole.
So haven't. Neither haven't I.
Neither
have I.
Neither have I. Neither have I. Okay? I never go to bed early.
Neither do I.
Okay? I'm really looking forward to St. Patrick's Day.
So am I.
Okay, very good. I don't like people who can't keep a secret.
Neither do I.
Okay, and how do you say that? I don't like people who can't keep a secret. How do you say that?
Que no puede guardar secreto, ¿no?
Okay, so I don't like people who can't keep a secret. Neither do I, for example. I really like people who are polite.
So do I.
Okay, I like people who are as brave as a lion.
So do I.
Okay, I play poker with my friends once a month.
I don't.
Okay, so you don't. So in this case, neither so do I, nor neither do I. Okay?
Okay.
I don't play basketball with my friends once a month.
Neither do I.
Okay? I never win at poker.
I do.
You do, even though you don't play. Okay. But I really get a kick out of playing it. I really get a kick out of playing it.
So do I.
Okay, and what does that mean? I really get a kick out of playing it.
I enjoy it very much.
I enjoy it a lot. So if you enjoy something a lot, you can say, I get a kick out of it. Okay? I'd like to learn how to fly a plane.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Okay? Okay. I'm really scared of roller coasters. That's a
So am
roller
I.
coaster. How do you say it in Spanish?
Montaña rusa?
Very good, very good. So are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really scared of roller coasters. So is she. I think cats are cold creatures.
I don't.
You don't? Okay, so we have a difference. I get really annoyed with people who aren't punctual.
So do I.
Okay? I don't like long telephone calls.
Neither do I.
Okay? My sister prefers animals to people.
Neither do. So do I. Would I say that?
So
do I?
my sister. So my sister prefers animals to people.
I don't have a sister, so.
Okay, now if you had a sister, you would say who prefers animals to
Okay.
people?
Oh, sure. So does she.
So does
So
she?
does mine. So does mine.
So does mine. So does mine. Okay. My boss is a good timekeeper.
So is mine.
Okay. My colleagues, here's a word for you. My colleagues work like nailers.
Nailers.
Nailers is a word for people in the old days who made nails. Okay, and they were called herreros. So my colleagues work like nailers.
So do mine.
Okay. I'm cautious by nature.
So am I.
Okay. I don't like taking risks.
Neither do I.
Okay. I really like drinking water.
So do I.
Okay. I really like the weather in Madrid.
So do I.
Okay. I don't like very wet weather.
Neither do I.
Okay. I really enjoy sunny mornings.
So do I.
Okay. I don't like being attacked by animals.
And neither do I.
Okay. I don't like heights very much.
Neither do I.
Okay. I don't like climbing high mountains.
Neither do I.
Okay, so very good. I don't like climbing high mountains, neither do I. Or I like climbing high mountains, so do I. Okay? I like wearing shoes.
So do I.
Okay? I like walking on the beach.
So do I.
I don't like walking on hot streets.
Neither do I.
Okay, very good, very good. So keep practicing. So do I, neither do I, so do I, neither do I. Thank you for watching and see you again very soon.
All right. You know, these books are pretty good. I like them. If you're not an official student, I would think about it. Go into aprendingles.com and I think you can find some information about this course. The most important element in mastering a second language is always the ear, understanding well, because you know, realistically, you're never going to speak perfect English. I don't speak perfect Spanish, so you're never going to speak perfect English, but in order to control the communication situations, you must understand, if possible, perfectly. Perfect understanding is recommendable. Perfect speaking is not. If you want to be a perfectionist with my language, be a perfectionist with your ear, not with your speech, because this is not possible. This is necessary. So, this offers CDs. I recommend you get them.